Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahi Tejasvinavadhi Tamastu Ma Vidvishavahi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Here, now we are studying the commentary of Bhagavata Shankaracharya on the 5th Sutra of the Brahma Sutra. And here, the objection presented by the Sankhya philosophers is given by Bhagavata Shankaracharya. And the objection is thus: Trigunatvatu pradhanasya sarvajnana karanabhutam sattvam pradhana avasthayamapi vidyata iti pradhanasya achetanasyaiva satah sarvagatvam upacharyate Vedanta vakyeshu. So here, because pradhana is having three gunas, pradhana comprises of three gunas, therefore pradhana is having all the causes of all kinds of knowledge. And sattva guna, which is supposed to be the state where, or the guna where highest knowledge is there, that sattva guna pradhana avasthayam api vidyata. It is definitely present in the state of pradhana, or the level of pradhana. It is definitely present in the level of pradhana. And so, pradhanasya achaitanasyaiva satah, though pradhana is non-conscious, sarvagatvam upacharyate, sarvajnatvam, omniscience, is definitely presented as a secondary quality. Vedanta Vakyeshu, by the Vedantic sentences. So, avashyam cha tvayapi sarvagyam brahma abhyupagachatta gacchata sarvajnana shaktimatvenaiva sarvagyatvam abhyupagantavyam. Here the Sankhya philosopher is telling Advaita Vedantin, that of course, avashyam cha, of course, tvaya api, even by you, sarvagyam brahma abhyupagachata, even you who accept omniscient Brahman, you accept the presence of omniscient, all-knowing Brahman. Even you have to accept that sarvajnana shaktimatvenaiva sarvagyatvam abhyupagantavyam, that only by having the power of knowing everything can a person be omniscient, or Brahman can be omniscient only by knowing everything, by the power of knowing everything. Brahman can be omniscient only by the power of knowing everything. So even you who accept that Brahman is omniscient, not Pradhana, even you will have to accept that the knowledge of everything is the power which makes Brahman omniscient. So Sarvajnana Shakti, the power of knowing everything, the power of the knowledge of everything, only that would lead to Sarvajnatvam. So Sarvajnatvam, omniscience, would be possible only if there is the power of knowing everything. Nahi sarva vishayam jnanam kurvadeva brahma vartate. Also, Brahman does not have or seek or process the knowledge of everything. We don't see Brahman to have the knowledge of or process the knowledge of everything. We don't see that. Tathahi, further, jnanasya nityatve jnana kriyam prati swatantriyam brahmano hiyeta. Also, if we were to accept that knowledge is eternal, jnanasya nityatve, upon knowledge becoming eternal or real, jnana kriyam prati swatantriyam brahmano hiyeta. This is all, of course, I am reminding, this is all the arguments of Sankhya philosophers. So the idea is, if we were to accept that knowledge is eternal, then Brahman will lose the freedom of choosing a particular knowledge or a particular action of knowing, act of knowing. Jnana kriya. Jnana kriya means the act of knowing. So it will lose, Brahman will lose the freedom or independence over the act of knowing, because knowledge would be eternal and knowledge will be anyway present, no matter whether there is an agency or not, whether there is someone who actually would get knowledge or not. And so, atha anityam taditi. So that is why Brahman cannot have a knowledge which is eternal. So then we have to conclude that knowledge is not eternal or knowledge is temporary, ephemeral. Atha anityam taditi. So if we say that knowledge is anitya, unreal, or temporal, temporary, or ephemeral, transitory, then jnana kriyaya uparame uparametapi brahma. So then it will mean that Brahma will be freed from the act of knowing, because if knowledge is temporary, it is not going to be there all the time. Knowledge is not going to be there all the time. So it will be freed, or the connection between Brahman and knowledge, process of knowledge, or the act of knowing would be removed, and then Brahman would stop knowing. So, therefore, tada, then sarvajnana shaktimatvenaiva, it is only because of the power of knowing everything that sarvagyatvam apatati, omniscience befalls somebody. The exact translation is apatati, befalls. That means omniscience takes place. The quality of omniscience comes, arises only when somebody is possessing the power of knowing everything. So it is not Brahman which is important, but the power of knowing everything is important. And so thus it is proven that Brahman is omniscient only by the power of knowing everything. So here the power of knowing everything is important. Apicha also, moreover, prag utpattehe, before the birth of this universe, before the origin of this universe, sarva karaka shunyam brahmeshyate tvaya. Tvaya, by you, or you say that Brahman is free from all karakas, all causes. So Brahman does not have any cause because it is the ultimate cause of this universe. It is the material cause and instrumental cause, or in other words, the ultimate cause of this universe. And so Brahman does not have any cause. Sarva karaka shunyam. It is free from all causes. That is what you believe. You means the Sankhya philosopher is addressing the Advaita Vedanta philosopher. Further says, Nacha also Jnana sadhananam Sharira indriyadinam abhave Jnana utpattihi kasyachit upapanna. So here, because you, that is Advaita Vedantins, you believe that Brahman is free from all causes. So then, Jnana sadhananam Sharira indriyadinam abhave Jnana utpattihi kasyachit upapanna. Then also there is another thing, and that is Jnana sadhananam, for the sake of knowing the ultimate truth. For the sake of knowing ultimate truth, and also the means of knowledge. What are the means of knowledge? The senses are the means of knowledge. Body is the means of knowledge. So, Sharira Indriyadinam Abhave. Indriya, there are various kinds of sense organs. There is body. There is mind. So, Adinam. Here, Adi denotes all the other sense organs, mind, etc. So Sharira Indriyadinam Abhave Jnana Utpatti Kasyachit Upapanna. So in the absence of body, sense organs, etc., which are necessary to gain knowledge, they are necessary to gain knowledge. Jnana Utpattihi, the production of knowledge. So, as I have told many times, na is given in the beginning of the sentence. It has to be provided here. Jnanotpattihi na kasyachit upapanna. Is na kasyachit upapanna. Is not upapanna. Not tallying with or matching with anyone. Kasyachit, anyone. That means no one agrees to this point. Apicha, further, pradhanasya aneka atmakasya parinama sambhavat karanatva upapattihi mridadivat. Also, here pradhanasya anekatmakasya, pradhana, which is having many instances. That is, pradhana means which is not one. Pradhana, there are many instances or many pradhanas. Also, there are many aspects or many organs of pradhana. So organ we cannot say because pradhana is not sentient or conscious. So pradhana has many instances and also it has many aspects, many dimensions. And that pradhana, parinama anekatmakasya, of that pradhana, parinama sambhavat, there is a possibility of parinama, change, modification in the pradhana. Karanatva upapattihi. So, how is it possible that pradhana is modified or pradhana changes or a significant transformation takes place in pradhana? How is it possible? How is it possible? So that is given by the example of mridadivat. So just like mud or clay becomes the cause of the pot, though the clay is not conscious. Similarly, pradhana also can become the cause of the universe, though pradhana is not conscious. And na asamhasya ekatmakasya brahmanaha. So the Sankhya philosopher is now saying that look here, O Vedanti, Advaita Vedanti, Advaita Vedanti, non-dual Vedanti, non-dual philosopher. You are constantly saying Ekameva Advitiyam Brahma. One alone. There is no other Brahman, etc. or one alone, unparalleled, uncomparable Brahman. So that is not possible, which is asamha, which is not with someone, with some other entity, asanga, which is independent, ekaki. Ekaki means which is non-dual, which is again independent. That Brahman does not have the quality of being a cause. This is the standpoint of, or this is the objection of Sankhya philosophers. So though Pradhana has sufficient qualification to be the cause of this universe, Brahman does not have that. So when such a statement is told by the Purva Paksha, that is the opponent, here the opponent being Sankhya philosophy or Sankhya philosophers, iti evam prapta, having listened to iti evam prapta, whatever has been told just now, prapta, having got that message, sutram arabhyate. The fifth sutram is started. Fifth sutra of the Brahma Sutras is started. So automatically we know that this introduction is because the standpoint which is going to be addressed, or the philosophy which is going to be addressed here, is the philosophy of Sankhya, which is called the oldest philosophy till now. Kapila, sage Kapila, was the person who propounded this philosophy. Unfortunately, we do not have the original text of Sankhya Sutras, which was written by or propounded by sage Kapila. On the other hand, we have Ishvara Krishna's Sankhya Karika, a small treatise, which gives the salient features of Sankhya philosophy. So here in this chapter, that is the first chapter of the Brahma Sutras, Bhagavata Shankaracharya will select different philosophies which are not Advaita Vedanta and refute them and show the reason why they cannot be accepted in concordance with, or in consonance with, or in agreement with Advaita Vedanta. So here he begins with the first philosophy. He does this in a quite orderly fashion. So every philosophy is picked up one by one. In the beginning, he chooses the first philosophy, and that is Sankhya. And that is why in his introductory commentary, he clarifies the objections of the Sankhyan philosophers and builds a premise or a ground for the fifth sutra. What is the fifth sutra? Ikshate na ashabdam. Ikshater na shabdam. That is the sutra. Ikshater na shabdam. So the words which are there in this sutra, they are Ikshatehe na ashabdam. So Ikshatehe, Ikshatehe. What is Ikshatehe? So wherever in the Upanishad, particularly this passage, which is from the Chandogya Upanishad, that passage which talks about Ikshana. Ikshana means resolve. So here, resolve, Ikshatehe, resolve. So the Upanishad is talking about Tad Aikshata, it desired or it decided. Bahusyam prajaye yeti. In the Chandogya Upanishad, it decided, Atma decided that I will become many. And after deciding so, Tat Tejo Asrijat, it created fire. So here, the catch word is Tad Aikshata. So Tad Aikshata, it saw, like that meaning can come, or it decided meaning can come. So here the question is, Ikshatehe has been told. The verb resolved or decided or desired has been used. Now, something which is not conscious cannot desire, resolve, or even inquire. So therefore, because pradhana is unconscious or non-conscious, we have no other recourse but to say that this ikshatehe activity, action of ikshana, that can be performed by only a conscious entity. And so it is definitely not pradhana. So ikshatehe, the action or the act of resolving or desiring, na, that cannot be of pradhana. Why? Ashabdam. Because it has not been intended by the shabda. That means we all know shabda is the sixth pramana or sixth method of knowledge, sixth mean of knowledge. So it has not been indicated by the Vedas. So therefore, pradhana is not the cause of the universe, because that is not how it has been written or it has been envisaged, it has been thought of in the Vedas. That is not how it has been thought of in the Vedas. So Ikshatehe, it's a quotation from the Upanishads, as the Brahma Sutras are a series of attempts to understand what is written in the Brahma Sutras. What is written in the Upanishads. So here, Ikshatehe is written in the Upanishads or told in the Upanishads. not written because Upanishads are Shruti, they are Vedas. Now we find it in written form, but they were revealed truths. So Ikshatehe has been told in the Upanishads. And can that not be an activity by Pradhana? So the answer is no. Why? Because Ashabdam, because it is not supported by the Vedas. Because a non-conscious entity like Pradhana can never perform the activity of resolution called Ikshana. Now this is further explained by Bhagavata Shankaracharya Deva. He says, Na Sankhya Parikalpitam Achetanam Pradhanam Jagatah Karanam Shakyam Vedanteshu Ashrayitum. So, Sankhya Parikalpitam Achetanam Pradhanam Jagatah Karanam Na Shakyam. Why? What is it told? That which has been enjoined or imagined or presented or posited by Sankhya philosophy, Sankhya Parikalpitam, Achetanam Pradhanam, Pradhana which is Achetana, which is non-conscious, non-sentient, non-conscious Pradhana, which has been assumed to be the cause of the universe by the Sankhya philosophy, na jagatah karanam shakyam. It cannot be, it is not possible for it to be the cause of the universe. Vedanteshu ashrayitum. Following Vedanta philosophy. So according to Vedanta philosophy, it is impossible that the cause of the universe is pradhana, which is non-conscious. Why? Ashabdam hitat. Because it is not spoken of in the Vedas. Ashabdam. That's what Shabda or Vedas are the sixth pramana or sixth means of valid knowledge. There are 6 means of valid knowledge. Of that, the sixth one is Shabda or Vedas. So that Shabda, Vedas, they are not saying that Pradhana is the cause of the universe. Vedas do not say that Pradhana is the cause of the universe. So the logic is, if the cause of the universe was Pradhana, then definitely Vedas would have said that. They are not saying. Katham ashabdatvam. Then again, question is, okay, then why is it Katham ashabdatvam? Why is it not said in the Vedas? Why is it not told in the Vedas? Ikshatehe. The word Ikshatehe is written and its meaning is given. Ikshitritva Shravanat Karanasya. Karanasya Ikshitritva Shravanat. Because why are we saying that it is not told in the Vedas or it is not supported in the Vedas? Why are we saying that? Because Karanasya, whatever is the cause of the universe, has been told to have the quality of Ikshitritva. Means it should have the quality of Ikshana. Ikshana. So what is Ikshana? Ikshana means so many things. To resolve, to see, to glance, to think, to assume, etc. So according to the Upanishad, according to the Vedas, the Karana or the cause of the universe has the quality of these things. That means the cause of the universe has the quality of seeing, has the quality of having a perspective, has the quality of making a resolution, has the quality of knowing, etc. Has the quality of thinking, all these qualities. The cause of the universe has. Because that is why the universe can say, Bahusyam Prajayeti. The cause of the universe can say, Bahusyam Prajayeti. Let me become many. Let me become many. Who can say that? One who can think, one who can see, only that entity can say. And so, Katham, again question. How? What is the manner? How is the cause of the universe having the quality of Ikshana? So that is also proven. Why that quality of the cause of the universe is Ikshana? That is also proven. Evam hi shruyate. We study in the Vedas in this manner. Sadeva somya idamagra asit. In the beginning, Sad eva idam agra asit. So Sat eva, existence alone. Somya. Somya means, oh beautiful one. So here this is an instruction given by Shvetaketu's father to Shvetaketu. Shvetaketu goes to this school, Gurukulam, comes back. Father asks, have you known that which cannot be known? So Shvetaketu is confused, is silent. And father says that your education is not complete. And father, in those days also people had disbelief in the education system. This is one point we have to remember. Somehow we always say glorify the past. Education system was like this, like that, etc. It is there in the Upanishad itself. Chandogya Upanishad, if you read that particular area, section, very clear that father is disappointed with the education system. So all this disappointment, it's nothing new. It is thousands of years old. Anyway, so the father asks, okay, then I will teach you. And that is why Somya. Somya means beautiful one. Not sure for every father the son is beautiful one. But anyway, this father is like that. Says, Sad eva Somya idam agra asit. Agra, beginning, in the beginning, idam. Sadeva asit. This universe in the beginning was existence alone. There was nothing else like that. Ekameva adviti. One alone without a second. There was no second. There was only one, that principle, that alone was there. There was no second. Iti upakramya, starting in this manner, that portion of Chandogya Upanishad. This is the 6th chapter. Tad aikshata bahusyam prajaye yeti. Tad tejo asrajata. So, tad aikshata bahusyam prajaye yeti. That thought or that saw, bahusyam prajaye yeti. Let me become many. Let me become many. That means that ultimate principle. It thought, let me become many. Tat tejo asrijat, and it created fire. Iti. So starting from the portion where Shvetaketu's father tells him, Sadeva Somya idam agra asit. In the beginning, it was existence alone. Starting from there, iti upakramya, up to tadaikshata bahusyam prajayeti. Up to there. All these places, all these lines, sentences, there it has been told by the Upanishads that this particular cause of the universe has the quality of ikshana. So the question was, how do you say that the cause of the universe should have the quality of ikshana? Because it is written in the Shruti. Again, not written in the Shruti. It is there in the Shruti. It has been revealed in the Shruti. It has been revealed in the Vedas. Tatra, there, idam shabda vachyam, the thing that is signified by the word idam, this. Idam means this. So vachyam, that which is signified by the word this. What is that? Nama Rupa Vyakritam Jagat. This means the universe, which is Nama Rupa Vyakritam. Vyakritam manifested. Manifested through Nama and Rupa. Nama, name. Rupa, form. So that which is manifested through name and form. Name and form. That is what is signified by the word idam in this context. And that is the universe. So Jagat Pragutpattehe, before the origin or the birth of this universe. Jagat Prag. Prag means before. Utpattehe, of the origin or of the birth. So Utpattehe Prag means before the birth of the universe. Jagat Prag Utpattehe. Sada Atmana Avadharya. So here Sada Atmana Avadharya. Always this Atman is being hinted at before the creation of this universe. Tasyaiva prakritasya sat shabda vachasya ikshana purvakam tejaha prabhrute srashtritvam darshayati. So when it is told sad eva idam somya asit agra asit, in the beginning there was only sat. When it is told like that, that sat atmana avadharya, by that word sat, what is to be understood? Atman is to be understood. Tasyaiva prakritasya sat shabda vachasya. And the same thing is sat shabda vachyasya. Vachya means that which is signified, that which is denoted, that which is understood by the word Sat. The word Sat denotes this Atman. Ikshana Purvakam, also that what is denoted by the word Sat, that has been given also the action of Ikshana, thinking. Tejaha prabhritehe srashtritvam darshayati. Also it has the power of creating, producing. Srashtritvam, it produces. What does it produce? Tejaha prabhritehe. It produces fire and so on. Prabhritehe means etc. Fire, etc. What do you mean etc.? Pancha bhutas are produced. Pancha bhutas are produced. Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Apaha, Prithvi. Akasha means space. Vayu means air. Agni means fire. And Prithvi. Apaha means water. And Prithvi. So, all these are created by that which has been denoted or signified by the word Sat. So, here that Sat denotes Atman. Tatha, further, Anyatra, elsewhere, Atma va idameka eva agra asit na anyat kinchanam ishat sa ikshata lokanu srija iti sa iman lokan asarjata. So here also in the Aitareya Upanishad, the very first mantra, Atma va idameka eva agra asit. So what is that mantra says? What does the mantra say? Eva, indeed, Atma idameka, Atma eka agra asit. In the beginning, long before the universe came, in the beginning, Atma eva asit. Agra means in the beginning. Eka means alone, without a second. Atma eva asit. Atma indeed was there. Na anyat kinchana mishat. So to emphasize that Atma alone was there, there is another argument. This is a quotation from Aitareya Upanishad. Na anyat kinchanam ishat. So only Atma was there. Anyat kinchana. Ishat. Kinchanam ishat. Nothing separate from Atma. Na anyat kinchana mishat. So separate from Atma. Nothing was there. Na anyat. Na anyat means separate from. Anyat. Kinchana. Na mishat. Nothing was there which was separate from Atma. Which was different from Atma. Which was independent of Atma. There was nothing. There was nothing. Sa ikshata lokanu srija. So sa ikshata. So that Atma, it thought, Lokanusrija, let me create different spheres. We call it Loka, Indra Loka, Brahma Loka, etc. So let me create various spheres or Loka. That is what it thought, according to Aitareya Upanishad. Then that is concluded there, that quotation is concluded there. Na iman lokan asrajata. Sa, sorry, not na. Sa iman lokan asrajata. Just like in the quotation from the Chandogya Upanishad, where it is told that it was alone in the beginning, and then it thought that it will become many, and it created fire. Like that, in this quotation also it is told in the beginning, it was not doing anything basically. It was alone, and Atman is always alone. But here the difference is, it is clearly said that there was nothing different from Atman. And here another difference is, the desire is not to bahusyam prajayeti, not to become many, but to create different worlds, different spheres. And sa iman lokan asrajat, that created, as desired, that created different spheres, different lokas. So whatever Brahman will decide, that Brahman will do. That is the idea. Iti iksha purvikam eva shrishti machaste. So in this manner, iksha purvikam eva. Iksha, again ikshana. That means the act of thinking, knowing, and so on. So before the creation of the universe, there has been this action of thinking. That particular entity, which is the cause of this universe, it thought that let there be this universe. That is the point. That means the origin of the universe is preceded by a thought that there should be an universe. So when I say thought, then immediately people will say, oh, how there is no mind at all, how thought. Thought means here, it is as it is written in the, as it is revealed in the Upanishads. The same way we are saying, asrijata. So it created, tadaikshata, it thought, or it resolved. So this thought, before this thought, nothing was there. Afterwards, thought was there, and then the universe was created. So this thought came just before the universe was created. Just before the universe was created. And so that is why it is said that itiksha purvikam eva. Indeed, eva means indeed. Itiksha purvikam. Before the universe was Shrishti. So before the Shrishti or universe was created, creation of the universe, there was this action of iksha or thinking. Kvachitcha Shodashakalam Purusham Prastutya Aha Sa Iksham Chakre Sa Pranam Asrijata. So it is here now a quotation from the Prashna Upanishad. Quotation from the Prashna Upanishad. So Kvachitcha Shodasha Kalam Purusham Prastutya Aha. Kvachitcha means further someone. Shodasha Kalam Purusham, a particular entity which has 16 parts. Which has 16 parts. So Shodasha Kalaha means 16 parts. So every entity has 16 parts. And Prastutya Aha, presenting those 16 parts, it is said, Sa Iksham Chakre. So it is Sa Pranam Asrijata. Ishan Chakre. So it actually thought. It thought. It thought and it will create. It thought that it will create and then it created. Sa Pranam Asrijata. It created Prana. So here, Ikshatehe iti, by the verb Ikshata, Ikshati, Ikshate, by the verb Ikshana, Dhatvartha Nirdeshaha Abhipretaha. Yajatehe itivat, na dhatu nirdesha. So here, it is very important concept. What is said? It is said that by the word Ikshate, by the word Ikshati or Ikshana, what is indicated here is the noun which is implied by the verb Ikshana. So Ikshana is a verb. So that is a dhatu verb. That verb's meaning is what is, or the verb's implied meaning is what is here abhipretaha, desired or indicated. So Dhatvartha Nirdeshaha Avipretaha Yajatehe Itivat. So like in the word Yajatehe, Yajatehe, there also the meaning is a person performs ritual sacrifice. That is the meaning. So here Ikshati, the meaning is a person thinks. So here by thinking, the implied meaning is that that person is conscious. Yajati also the implied meaning is that the person is yajamana, means that person is conscious. Here the meaning of the verb directly should not be taken. Na dhatu nirdesha. This is what is told here. Now here one person has asked a question, though we have many times seen that question again because it has been asked. I will answer. The question is, Brahman is conscious, Brahman is not having any name and form. And then if universe is caused by Brahman, how does the universe have name and form? So this question has been asked or has been discussed here many times. Brahman does not have name and form. The universe is the result of ignorance, ajnana, maya, etc. But maya has been projected upon Brahman. Just like we project our ignorance upon or darkness upon the rope and we get the experience of snake. Similarly, on the principle of Brahman, we project multitudes of names and forms. So there are no names and forms. There is no name and form either in Brahman or in the universe. What we see as universe does not exist at all, but we see it because of Maya, Ajnana, Avidya, etc. So here the answer is that Brahman is not having form or name, but without Brahman, there could have been no universe. Just like without a rope, we could not have imagined the snake. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.